Hello everyone, this is AV Merch and this will be a unique video. In this video, I want to present to you a summary of my expertise. I'm a decade into my expertise. You can see, maybe you saw already, I have a set of portfolio. I think there are 4 videos in my playlist of portfolio where I have summarized, collected and featured projects under the categories to the 2025 year including. There will be 2 projects that I am excited about that are not really, one of them actually is not yet available publicly. And I'll be mentioning that project is Luma Art, and I'm looking forward to release it into the next portfolio category in 2026 later. And also Formula Media, that's also will be in a portfolio, but you will be able to find that anyways and as its own video, so to say. And I'll be sharing about that as well. You will see that I have YouTube channel where I like to, I learned that it's better for me, and I think it's better for you as a client or who want to learn from me, is to witness the experience and presentation over the video process. It's kind of summary and demonstrating the kitchen behind the scenes and also demonstrating the results. I learn a lot for the process, and this is a summary video also will be collected into this playlist. So the thing is, I have a set of videos and I categorize them. Let me see. So the thing is, I have the portfolio, and that's why I'm leading actually these 4 categories that I'll be running through and just giving my voiceover, sharing in easy format my thoughts, observations that I would like to share, and explain a little bit idea behind this because the interesting categorization, which I actually can come here really quickly. Let me get in here and it will present us. And everything that you see here is done by me in Figma as responsive, and I have recorded that and presented over the videos that you probably have seen, which I'll be running through. So the point is, what I do, in Decade, it's really interesting expertise that is. I started, first with UI. I was excited, as architect and interior design back in times. And UI and branding identity became kind of interest of mine. Eventually, I started to go further and understand that I like to solve business problems. Probably, this is the way I'm thinking. I'm a systematic thinker. And as I'm already a decade into this, I collected quite a set of skills and expertise, as you can see here. So the point is, I understand that UI and just brand identity doesn't really solve much. I was also including eventually UX, and websites was one of the main focus over that. And then digital products, as SaaS also, right? You see websites to the launch, learning Figma, learning Webflow. And then I like to launch myself things. I work with developers back in times to do the websites, but eventually I learned Webflow and I started to create exactly as I wanted to and learn some coding to understand. At the same time, branding identity is exciting, and all that package, like understanding what I value and what I start to stand for is I see the power behind combining those things through one person as myself. And I noticed I have a lot of projects, and here I will point some of them. I will point them out. You will see I will be marking which project covered all of them, or maybe only 2. So when you combine all of them, to be honest, it's powerful. If you think of brand identity, it's like a marketing set, right? It's a well built, it must be built. Luma Art, I'm looking forward to allow publicly to explore a Luma Art project that I did because it's the best brand identity that I did. And it's still not in this portfolio because it's in 2026. I'll be covering that. But websites, Formula Media is the best website to this point that I created. And it's also already released on the YouTube channel. I'll be sharing that. And products is also did a good set of products like Layla product, digital product. It also Metaday and B-Reno, these kind of things like mobile device or desktop and multi-devices. Impressive. So I've combined in a deep level of service and expertise in each category. And what I want to say is none of them is important unless you understand the user needs and business goals. Business goals is understanding you as a client, what you're trying to achieve. Generally, it's usually revenue generation, but also is making sure that you're competing in the market. You're different than anyone else. X factor. Why would your users choose you? And who's the user? What is the pain they have? And what is the gain you're actually delivering as value to them? So that's what I see. I am doing brand therapies, business brand therapies. Eventually, for all the process, I understood that UX must complement UI and brand identity must respect the marketing needs. And everything must be in touch. Everything must have service to your business and to the user needs. That's why I'm kind of bridging that. So I'll be showing you these 3 videos. Even though you see I have another thing that is the games, UXUI design. And I did play a lot with this. I also will show you one point where I did the product design also for the mushroom industry, which was packaging also. So I tried myself in different ways, and I do like it. I encourage anyone as a professional, don't limit yourself into one niche unless you're really, really fond of it. I know some designers doing only fintech, some only focus on maybe automobiles or industrial design. I like to try myself differently, and I enjoy it, and I prove myself being successful, as you can see, even in doing the packaging or doing video games eventually. But all these things, I'm thinking from design thinking perspective, the systematic thinking, and from the business goals and user needs perspective. Give yourself a try. I impress myself that actually anything I take, it's all about the way I am approached the situation, the problem solving. So what else I want to say? I had an idea also, so I will be showing you 3 categories, including the games. I'll not be showing the whole video, so just giving you a voiceover, and I'll give the link here so you'll be able to go and check it out yourself without me if you want to. There's beautiful music integrated. It will not be hearing music in this summary, but check it out. When you will check it out, beautiful composition of music I did there for your experience. Other things that I want to say, my idea was also to allow anyone to enter to the user needs and business goals. What I had an idea to show there, but I will stop here. It took so much attention of mine to build this, which I enjoyed, but I'm also happy to say that I'm done with this kind of way of presenting my portfolio. It was an interesting way of presenting. I like to develop this kind of style. You can see really beautiful. The portfolio itself is demonstrating my expertise. If you think about it, it is an experience of SaaS or digital product ideas of UI and UX that you see here. So the portfolio itself speaks also that you see here. Let me go back, for example. I know it comes back here. Really beautiful. If you see, this subtle, you can probably see that architecture and interior design speaks through the precision and structure thinking into my creative approach. These beautiful responsiveness, you can see this interesting pulsing effect, subtleties like this. But when you enter, they come out and the background becomes dotted. So let me see what else. Let me just enjoy the process. So, I am in Behance, for example. You will see the beauty of composition. This is the categorization, the video for the web design and launch, digital product UXUI, games, that is swapping. Because for me, video games is a digital product, to be honest, because it's a product that we're trying to sell for people to use already. It's just a totally different category. It's entertainment, right? Branding identity just recently actually released that once and for all, finally. So that's a full collection. So that's the thing. And also on LinkedIn, you can find me on LinkedIn. What I also do, what I like to say, how I position myself, what's the point, what I believe into. I believe that strategic UX UI designer, how I position, I say I'm strategic UX UI designer, partnering with founders and executive teams to transform business goals into high-performing digital products, websites, and brands. I'm business brand therapist, entrepreneur, creator, and podcaster. What is this? It's really interesting. It's a deliberate approach of trying to position yourself. You can read it here also. Well, I believe into partnering with founders and executive teams and actually indeed being a strategic UX UI designer for them, but solving their business goals and understanding the user needs and competitive marketplace and build a high-performing digital product if they have a digital product. If not, it'll be a website. And if they already have a branding, that's okay. We will build only website. But if they don't have a branding, I offer to do the branding and website. And website is just a massive part of your branding, to be honest. Asset. It's a big asset. It's marketing related. And digital product is something that you sell into the market. Often I'll tell you like Layla Project or Meta Day, I did all of them. I did all 3 of them in different sequence. Well, Layla, for example, would be first brand, then we'll do the website, and then I'll improve the digital product because eventually it proves by itself that it's powerful when one individual is keeping the same consistency from branding to website to digital product than someone else. It doesn't mean that you cannot find someone else who can continue what I have created. It just means you have to find someone who is actually will do a good job into the consistency with respect to your branding and even maybe evolve something novel into that. But I proved in Layla, for example, project that I'm going to briefly show you that covers all 3 of them. It is important and valuable use because digital product was last and it's just keeping the same branding, same website into the digital product is powerful. And business branding therapist is a really beautiful thing to do. That's why I always recommend to start from, I need to understand what your business user needs, competitive marketplace, your branding. I have a great, for example, I remember one client that we did only therapy so far, and it ends up with observations and recommendations report and with, I call it strategic and creative report. They give a great start for you to understand your business and branding kind of problems or observations and recommendations, so to say, done for the therapies from conversations, ended with report, and then branding tasks, tools that I use in order to give the start for your brand. So to say, as voice and tone, these kind of things, keywords of values and so on. There's registered into the report. It's a great start to define what actually you need to do in respect to the if you have digital product. If not, then website and branding and other digital assets. So this is the best start. I like to do this. An entrepreneur myself, I also like to say that I'm enjoying the business language and understanding the system. I am in a process of on a mission to build my own digital products eventually, and I'm combining those at the same time. And I like to help other people, and I build myself things further as I move into my life. Creator for sure. I like to create things and build things. I'm the designer and creative thinker. And podcaster, I have a podcast that is totally not related to my expertise as a profession. It is related to what I'm excited about, and it's called the Human Manual Podcast. And I encourage you to check it out. Actually, maybe I'll leave the link there too. So it was really a lovely presentation of myself. You can check the whole LinkedIn what I have. I have all this featured. For example, you have access to those YouTube categories of playlist already. So anyone who is checking my LinkedIn can right away go into these categories and end up in a YouTube channel. And I always release some podcasts, some videos that I release on YouTube, and you'll find you can see a decade in my work, and also you can see also the podcasting of mine. Check it out. Actually, it's really interesting. I hope you will enjoy it because it's more about leadership. What is ego? Decision making is the key. It's more like development and more about us as a human beings. Thus, the Human Manual Podcast. So, and on YouTube, as I mentioned, so what I will be running through and enjoying this, you will see that I have maybe 41 video. It's quite a good set. The point is, not only I'm releasing my portfolios and works that I did, I also evaluate of other professionals' work. For example, if you'll see the playlists, you'll see that I have this UXUI and brand design evaluation. Really beautiful. Actually, in fact, let me open that right away. Feel free to check it out. Sometimes I see beautiful work, like, by the way, this one should be on top. This is the latest. And, for example, I see these, you can check it out, by the way. Balance Pro, really beautiful 2 projects. This real estate related SaaS evaluated good set of maybe 10 projects of SaaS for website, automobiles, some other stuff, architecture. And I like to collect some websites, but I evaluate branding and digital product and website through the website eventually. So I enjoy that part as well. And then I have categorizations, the set of projects, for example, everything that is related to digital products. This is the playlist: video games, web and brand design, and UXUI. And this is the full collection that will be going into this as portfolio itself. So what I have here, let's explore. Let me have this interesting summary. So the point is, we can go into any of them. I will go probably first through the first that I have created. But before that, I want to say this. So I have an idea also to allow to enter user needs. And my idea was to show there some understanding of a user, give some testimonials and so on. With business goals, I wanted to show how I understand your business, annual recurring revenue, the importance of that, CAC, for example, or, churn, importance of churn. I'm understanding the metrics and understand how you measure the success, so to say. And that's what I like to understand. And also like to understand where are your values, your culture, and so on. Are you in the right place? Because that is really important to understand how to go with the rest. And with branding identity system, it's also important to understand that, branding is something that people experience, your target audience experiencing your business and what you stand for. And it is standing, so to say, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand with marketing. These are brand identity, actually tools for marketing to be used to anyone else, everywhere else. Why I find brand identity system important is because once you do it right, it speaks to those who you target. You understand the pain, you understand what's the gain, you communicate the value that your business delivers. The culture, you attract right people into your organization and you know what you stand for. So employees are happy and users are happy and competition is differentiated. It also gives you good assets and information so you can use them and give other people and other let's say developers, marketers to use just to follow those guidelines, and that saves you, headache, resources and time eventually on the run. This is really important to address. Of course, logotype is one of the assets inside, and it's just one small thing, but it's a bigger thing than that. So with the products and SaaS and UXUI, for example, it speaks for itself. First of all, I would say when we have branding that helps the marketing, This is an assets, and I'll see the website before we go to the center. This is in center. Web design and launch. It's one of the massive assets of your branding, I would say. That's why I like, and when you check all my videos, if you want to check it out, I like to break down every project that I present from beginning to the end, and I show how I build it. And I like to show like branding to the website, to the digital product, and demonstrating how important it is. I love the process of building the branding and then building the website wireframes and then applying the branding that I have created onto the wireframes that, for example, sells the digital product that I built. It doesn't have to be me. It's also, I have worked with different developers, I have worked with marketers, I'm working with a team, but there must be a leading individual as a node. But often it is eventually, anyways, ends up me doing the biggest, most important leading job. So with website, I will tell you this. What is the website? Website is actually digital format of advertisement that you apply into the newsletter. Before it was a newspaper. Before it was a newspaper that holds advertisements, and this is how you could actually do this promotion sales, so to say, the marketing, right? And these days, because we live in digital world, websites, if you think about it, website is actually the digital format of your as advertisement. And website is responsive, interactive, kind of capturing advertisement for the sake of fulfilling some kind of function from the marketing perspective. So it's an asset for your marketing. And when you build this asset for your marketing, it is actually in big requirement for content strategy and copy. And that must be actually extracted from the branding identity system. And brand identity, I usually do visual, but it's also voice and tone and words, right? You need to understand that you need to communicate well. So a content strategy is really big of a key. It must speak to the user. If it doesn't really speak anything of value of your business, or doesn't really present business right, and if it doesn't really speak to the pain, and it doesn't really encourage them to go through to the CTA to purchase something as a digital product, for example, you are missing on a lot. So that is why branding and content strategy is the key. And it's amazing when one person actually understanding all this and capable, in my case, that's what I do. I talk with decision makers, get the whole information, have a creative and strategic approach of having those interviews, therapies, I call them, and then collect the information, get the right information here, register, and that will be used correctly with content strategy. I love to work with someone who is responsible for content strategy and copy, specifically selected as not as the founders or CEOs. It's okay, you can do that, but it's really important to have someone who can observe the situation objectively rather than from within. That's the point. So it's important to work on that. And once we understand the user research is also an amazing thing. This is something that I partner with different people. I'll tell you this. I partner with different professionals. I would recommend someone from my partnership list who is specifically focused on user research that is reliable. It's not just user research that is theoretic and just quantitative, it's qualitative. You must speak really truth. You need to first understand, if you know from a lean startup and other good materials, you need to understand first who is this for and embrace and pivot as quickly as you can and prove the concept in MVP format. So that's what I learned from Decade. That's what I say, that I understand the point of all these three, right? We built this as to understand and communicate the positioning in the market. We build the website as the marketing, as the positioning in the market as well. But that most of the time either positions your business, speaks to the user, and sells the product. And if it's a digital product, this is where I will step in also. And once we sell it, that's the point. What's the difference between user experience for the digital product and user experience for the website? User experience for the website is focused on understanding user and competitive marketplace and business goals in order to reach the point of marketing and sales. We want them to go and purchase something or get the information they want to provide. If we talk about purchasing something, then once they leads in, well, that's the difference. Once they're in, that's what we do with product design. Digital product is already, we're building something for our users to experience what we promised. That's the different thinking. So it's all about making sure that the product is actually over-delivering, let's say, expectations and doing as promised, and it's easy to use and exciting. So video games is the same, right? They already sold on it. They're already in, so to say. That is why website is part of as a big asset of your branding and marketing. Now, other assets, when I do brand identity, I do other things, other assets like business cards, stands, any other collaterals, so to say, in stationaries that are within, but it's also like additionals. So that's the collection. And let's see, I will go into one of the videos, but I'm capable to run for them here, but the video is made specifically, so to say, uniquely to make it responsive. because it's really big job to do them responsive. Let's do this. When it's into the branding, let's go first for the branding. And it's not the best, I'll tell you this, with the branding. This is the recent thing I did. I just needed to complete this. Not in the best in a way of, and I don't know really where to start if you think about it. I feel like I want to start, let me go back. I want to go and start from what I have created the first. The first was websites. Let's do this. Let's go with website design and launch. So here you'll see I have this kind of gallery way of presenting my portfolio, and there'll be a lot of them. So for example, Critical Input, a very amazing project it was in Australia. You can see this indicates that it's branding and website. They didn't have a digital product. They don't have it. Beautiful Australian company, and see I connected them. So the point is we can enter and check the website, for example, and you'll see the beautiful experience. If you go to the video, they're beautiful with the music. Let me see. Let me turn off the music. You'll be able to enter and run for the whole experience yourself within 5 minutes. So I'm doing the presentation here. It's a quick. Just you have to watch the video and that's it. So let me see if I can so because it's static, it's responsive. You can go to URL, for example. If you close, you will be able to enter into the website, for example, itself. In this case, it's Figma. So, and everything you see here. So as it indicates, I did the branding and uplift for this project, for example, branding, and I did the website. So, and I will also demonstrate like mobile devices, right? So to demonstrate what's possible. This website is not that complex. In their case, all they needed is to CTA, of course, to demonstrate their expertise, professional and trustworthy look and feel in a market and convey the data clearly, what they do and who is this for. They didn't have any product, so to say, this service. So, and it's static website. It didn't need the complexity. Beautiful, professional, all good, and not that complex. So anyways, I'm not going to go through the whole of them. Let me see. So Elite, really amazing website also was to build, and branding and was together. Check it out. Actually, you can check it out. The link, really well done, really well presented. I like it. Here, it's again static. You can click them, right? For the sake, it was done for the sake of presentation. But I have every project that you see here. There's a link that takes to the website, for example, and to the YouTube to observe the project. So let me see. I click on the YouTube, and it's gonna open me the whole kitchen. You will see it will be demonstration, explanation. This is the result, right? You can go to the URL, and I will be explaining how I did it. I show the project, how it was before. This is the before, and then I'll show the after. And I like to show the whole kitchen from the beginning to the end, having poor quality here. Let me see. And I give a lot of demonstrating a lot of step-by-step and phases to demonstrate my expertise and how I think, and the systematic thinking, why I have an idea. And it's with a voiceover. I'm explaining the whole thing. Beautiful menus, beautiful project. I'm not going to go into depth because it's summary. You can go and explore it, and there are a lot of them. We're not going to go for the whole. For example, this one, as I mentioned, Metaday. Everything. There was a website. I did a website. It was it's a 0-1 project with founder, and spent 2-3 years on this one continuously. First, we started for the digital product, then we needed to embrace and pivot because of the AI introduction to the market, and then I was updating a couple of times the website, and we also captured the branding, which I will show you in a branding category as well. Really beautiful project. What else? Free Towers is the video games related. A good set of video games I did with them, and I did for them website and uplifted the branding. Layla, this is the one project that I mentioned that I did all 3 of them. Let me see. Here we'll see website, but I'll show you in digital product. So Layla will be in every category, right? Or Metaday will be in every category if you go. You're just going to see exactly here. We're focusing on a website, so you'll be seeing the Layla website. But the point is, with a link also, you are able to go into let's say YouTube. And here I have one presentation, maybe actually 2. Here will be website, and I have another separate with branding here. And I have another separate with a digital product. Beautiful projects, was really fun. But here we go. For example, this one is a dark matter. This is the mushrooms, and this digital product. Sorry, it's not a digital product. It's a product, a packaging for the mushrooms that I built. Everything you see here, and also in URL, you can check and see the project itself. Beautiful project. I enjoyed this process. And the point is, building the whole thing from stylescapes, creating the logo. I created the logo. The packaging was the kind of first thing. Then we did the website, e-commerce, and yeah, the whole thing. It was beautiful, beautiful to build. Let's continue. Scala also everywhere. Really massive work was done on branding and website. Big job, Australian client. Zomero, really beautiful one. Also, it's a website and branding. See, like you can see the combination. For example, here also, Catalyst Couples, amazing, amazing project. Love that. I would love to improve the branding identity for them because we evolved for the website. There was like installments of the process. Catalyst Couples, we did the logo. Then after some years, we did the brand identity. Then we did the small website, and then the bigger website. And I would go and update the branding. Wild. The core integrative health, and yeah, there was more, but let's go back. And so that's the website, for example. As we talked about websites, let me come a little bit to the branding. Now you saw the metadata, for example, right? And we could go deeper into the metadata to explore the brand guidelines. And eventually I'm sharing guidelines, and I'll tell you this is what I mean by Luma Art, a project that is still not included. I decided not to include. Unfortunately, I cannot really show it yet. And even I released the work that I did on the YouTube, actually, but it's just private yet. Let me see where I have it. Here, this one, right? It's private. I am not yet allowed to show. We're still in the process. I would love to. I'm looking forward to share Luma Art because it's the best branding so far that I built. Because there will be a beautiful mockups, beautiful way how the kind of big commitment was needed from me. And it's again, gradually I'm moving forward, and it also depends how much commitment my client can own of me and how far I can go with mockups and so on. And Luma Art was amazing. I'm looking forward to show it. But here I'm showing, for example, the only brand guidelines that summarizes the whole branding and logo and the gradients. Everything is like done a little bit later. We captured the whole digital product and website that I built. A lot of work was put into this. Beautiful work, well done. And yeah, and you can check the branding itself, video, color code, always, everything that you need to know, typography. And this is not the massive. This is like small scale. This is a small scale brand identity, like initial, simple. For example, Free Towers, curriculum input, you can see you already start to notice the familiarity of the brands. Zomero, but for example, where it is Scala, right? Scala is massive brand identity, and also like it was 2023, right? The time, and like the big difference of this brand identity from anything else is that I needed to do the videography direction was really, really good. Again, it's edition first, and they also need edition 2 and so on. So anyways, you can check the video if you want to, and other things that I presented. Dark Matter, Legal Max one was one of the first digital brand identities that I built. So, and then we have the products. This is really powerful. Here, I think, let me see, because video will present better. This is actually interactive. I managed to do this one. This is Layla. I managed to make it interactive, unusual, like interactive within the presentation. It's something. Well, you can check it out. I'm not going to go into the explaining and showing, but you can see this. For example, imagine I did the brand identity for these guys, and then I did the website for them, and then I did this digital product update for them. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. I'm building everything together myself, and like Virtual Heart was really interesting. And I'm going to show Metaday again. Metaday is everywhere in all 3 categories. Beautiful, beautiful, massive job. Here is like it's not allowed to because it's so much work to make it interactive within this interaction responsive screens. So it was recorded as a video to present. Birino was an interesting project, and I'm showing these featured products as they have different categorization. 77 News, it's like social media platform, right, on browser. For example, Birino is the only mobile version focused product. Metaday is massive platform that is and mobile and desktop and anything you want. A Virtual Heart was really unique and different kind of sense of immersive, unique approach design that I wanted to show. Layla is also amazing. It's a desktop and mobile, but here was really interesting to work with a development team that it's luxury. It's luxury really to work with developers of good quality and I enjoyed working with developers there. So, and these kind of categories I wanted to present. And oh, by the way, video games, let's see, really also well. Eartha, amazing. I'm not gonna again. I'm not gonna go deeper into the video games because some of them are still under the development. But you can check the video that presents all of them. Interesting. I love them. I enjoyed them. Like Venus, it's a mobile only and so on. I'm not gonna go into the depth, but it was fun, and I'm looking forward, to play with these things. Moon was amazing. It's amazing after Eartha, and these mobile versions and desktop versions, really beautiful. So let me see what else I can summarize here. So it's interesting, like where is next, so to say, after the decade, and that's what I want to say. That's what I want to show. So I like what I did with let me see, Formula Media. Let me show you this Formula Media. This is the latest website website project that I was working on, and here's amazing. Check it out. Check this video. Here I really stretched far. Again, depends how much commitment is possible or required from me. I played with Spline 3D model integration. I built the 3D model and I played with GSEP responsiveness. I'm so happy with this. Let me go to Formula Media. I'm so happy. I know I have already a presentation on this one. It was great work, great process, and I have finally applied. I like to apply for projects, something new to learn. You can see how impressive this. It's quite a massive work to do to integrate 3D model, I created the whole 3D model, this bending and so on, loading and this, like appearing, popping up, horizontal scrolling. This is the best I would say I have tested myself on, and I can even improve and do better. I would love to continue even better. I mean, where is better, so to say, but really impressive work. And I enjoyed that. So in comparison to any other project that I did on the websites, this is the best so far. And then when I see other projects as websites, I think, well, there's no much of challenge. The only probably challenge you need to understand where is limit is the optimization and performance. You need to hold the control and attention on if this is properly responsive. So yeah, I really enjoyed this project. And this is the best website probably. I cannot unfortunately show you the best Lumart. It's still we have website logo I created, and you need password to enter. Beautiful branding identity that unfortunately I'm not yet capable to show you, but this is the best branding that I did with mockups. Mockups when you see how their brand looks like in on screens, in outside on the streets, and so on. The right way to do the branding, and that was exciting. And digital product, I would say. Metaday and Layla was the best I built, and Birina will be the best for the mobile device. So like I stretched I stretched the quality, and next will be always better and better. So should you need my service, should you want me to help you with your business, come and talk with me. I am interested to give value. And why I like, what I like to talk and actually help the businesses and founders. And as I say, partnering with founders and executive teams. I like to solve business problems. I am, it's a problem-solving approach, and there's no end, so to say. It doesn't mean one person does this. I have a set of partners who can be included if, for example, you don't have anyone on your radar, and I can recommend them. It's beautiful to build everything in accordance. So what else I can say? I thought I will be going, through every video, for example, to present, but feel free. Really, I encourage you to go and check this. For example, videos 5 minutes. The digital products, really, this is also, again, it's immersive, really cool music that I applied there. This is digital products that shows actually to you, specifically in the video, it will run for the whole Layla experience. For example, it will run for the whole, let's see, this Virtuous Heart, for example. But for example, Metaday is the best digital product to see how I build it. Amazing work, and I can. And this is the thing. So much learned that I want to do even more. I want to, because every time you build something new, it's amazing what can be created. And so it's all about how much commitment. It's all about how we're working strategically in the business, partnering, and we're making sure that we going in phases by phases with business respect and understanding everything accordingly. Serving business, serving marketing. And we need to understand that objectively, especially Birino and other stuff. And also, what else? Games I will not be showing, but it's amazing, crazy. I will show you a little bit sneak peek. If you are in a video game industry, please let me know. I'm looking forward to build UXUI for these games. It's exciting. Let me turn on the music. Really exciting. Really, I am missing this. It's different. It's different. Like, I love building digital products, and I include video games under the digital products category because we're building something to experience that our target audience is already sold on or to expect to start to use. It's different thinking. Websites is also interesting. It's a different thinking. When I was building Formula Media that I just showed you, you go for this set of, and check it out. I'm breaking down what questions you go through, how you build wireframes, and it's a thinking from user perspective and from what we have to offer perspective. Really amazing. And what I have here, this is the branding, I think, brand design. Yeah. And brand design, that's what I understand, that brand design in my collection of portfolio, it's not as strong as as Luma art is not in the collection, unfortunately, yet. But that will be the best that I'm looking forward to show. So what's next for me? It's really interesting. Really interesting. I would love to stretch further. That a lot of great work can be done from the branding. It's interesting. So with mockups, with professional approach, with building this visually appealing and complete collection that I would love to, with all assets. It's amazing. Next level. Digital products. Next level. It is not to be a cookie cutter these days with AI replica. It is to stand out and be unique. And there's something to think about. Video games also exciting to build any of massive or small. Websites is also with Formula Media. I love what I have done and what's next, so to say. I don't see a need of making it too complex and interactive. It's all about remaining professional and trustworthy, but giving that a unique experience. And that's all. I have enough testimonials. I understand things, and I'm bridging the gap, so to say. Guys, that's all I wanted to present. I could go deeper into explaining other things, like podcast, for example. Check it out, my podcast on the Human Manual podcast if you want to. This is totally not in respect to the profession, but it's all I want to present to you. So feel free to check me on YouTube. See how I evaluate other projects. You can check anything that is of your interest. For example, playlist again, maybe you have a digital product, check it out. You can go into every project that I have in a digital product. Let me see. For example, if you go there, again, not all of them are available for the privacy reasons, for NDA, like Beer Arena, for example, it's private. But you'll be able to check some of them, like Layla and Metadata. Check them out. They're the best, probably to the depth of complexity. If you are interested in digital products, to see if I can help you. In respect to video games, hey, this is totally different niche. Again, you can see it's not available. Like many of them not available. You will not be able to see yet. Soon, probably Earth and Metaverse game, like mobile version, soon to be released. Soon I'll allow it publicly. Moon, Venus, you can check. Venus is already there, but Moon is not available. Best, one of the best. I cannot show it yet. And Earth I also cannot show it yet. But if you'll check my portfolio, specifically for the video games that I just showed you, you'll be able to see sneak peeks, so to say, in each of them. So then we have websites. Again, I would recommend, if you come here, cannot see Luma art unfortunately yet, but Formula Media, best to see what I'm capable of. Different fields like architecture, church, relationships, ecological products, service, and alternative health, medicine, the educational kind of business marketing kind of idea for the card game with wild Amazons, mushroom product, kind of ecological product for the skin. This is the consulting IT business. These guys are doing also quite relatively similar, but critical input. What they do, they help companies to organize their systems, so to say, something like that. Layla is AI-oriented report generating quick service, so to say, automation. It's a more like a digital product, I would say. Three Towers, video game related. Minutes Network, the how to say, network connection kind of thing, and cruising and tours, more luxurious boutique kind of flavor of traveling. You can see different variety that you can explore. Cruising and tours was also really well professionally done, just not as responsive and interactive and complex with 3D models like Formula Media, but it was really uniquely done. I would say cruising and tours is really good to check. All of them, but what comes into my mind most, Catalyst Couples, it's quite unique. ICB Church, really amazing work being done. and formal media, for example. This is for websites if you want my help with that. And what else I have? This evaluation. So yeah, this free and branding. I see I don't have a specific branding category because web and brand design it's in one category. So yeah, so for branding or websites, you can come and check it out here. So, and as I said, and encourage you, this is old 2023, but still this showreel was really good. Here, showreel of 2025, even though we're already halfway through 2026, only today in June 18th, I'm releasing branding collection once and for all as the last, but I encourage you to check these branding, video games, digital products, websites, and based on what you're interested in. Sure, this is the websites. The most, let's say, deep and complex and interested for the SaaS and digital products. Video games is longest, but it shows massive expertise there. And brand design is relatively short, but showing brand identity systems only. Not this impressive, I would say, that usually find on Behance or anywhere else. This impressive visual collection. It's really cool that people do that. And this is something that I want to do next with Luma Art. I'm close to that. But here I'm showing basically digital, branding identities in order to summarize and demonstrate the whole set. So next is interesting, 2026, amazing to continue and increase level further. This is my decade of experience. Thank you so much for your attention. Check me on YouTube, check me out or on LinkedIn if you want to connect with me. And I would say that's about it. Thank you so much. This was UXUI Merge with you. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.